Aries, welcome. So in this reading, we'll look at the astrological houses and get clarity on all areas for you to have a successful 2025. So watch your sun, moon, and rising sign to get the most complete picture. And this will be timeless, so you can look at it at any time throughout 2025 or beyond to get some messages of clarity. All right, so we're going to start with the first house and see what we have for your personality. What's going to come out for that? All right. Yeah, so this is really a year where you have every opportunity to achieve all of the dreams and actually bring your dreams and your goals and your ambitions and desires down into the 3D and reality, because we know you have them and you have many of them. They're right here. We see them. But it's about bringing them down into reality and accomplishing your goals in 2025. And I feel like the Queen, you are bringing that clarity, that very clear, direct guidance and energy into 2025, as Aries do always. So it's more of being you and just expanding upon who you are. Okay. Oh, so let's see also what type of influence. Okay, so you'll have Pisces characteristics and influences there. So that's intimacy, intuition, and compassion. So I love that. So there is an opportunity for you to expand in those areas, for you to be your most successful. You're being guided to incorporate this into your personality, and I'm sure it's there already, but it may be about just expanding on it, expanding on these characteristics and attributes about yourself. Okay, so let's move to second house, and that is personal finances and possessions. So what do we have for Aries there? Thank you. Okay, that our Three of Pentacles came out sideways. So I feel like there may be a little bit of struggle that you may have as it relates to your personal finances. So you may be a little off track initially, and that's what I'm hearing, that things may start out that way, and you'll have the opportunity to get back on track. But you do want to be mindful of your spending. And I'm also hearing that it may be a good time to implement a budget if you have not done that already, or get back to it. Okay, so in that second house, what influences do we have? So we have Saturn with feel restricted, experience struggle. Oh my goodness, you cannot make this up. That's what we have here. Saturn, the planet of restrictions, responsibilities, lessons. So yeah, you definitely are going to want to pay close attention to your finances and your budget in 2025. So how do I want to sit these here? Can that fit down there? It looks like it can. All right, so let's move to third house, and we have communication and learning style. So what do we have for Aries as it relates to our communications in 2025? Okay, so yeah, I feel you bringing in more of your emotional side to things. So I love that. So it sounds like you are going to be a little more intuitive, going to be more open and more vulnerable and more compassionate. So I love that. And this could also be toward your partner, toward your loved ones, toward your children, toward your other members of your family. So yeah, there's definitely this opportunity, again, to be the most successful you in 2025. Incorporate some of that emotional intelligence, great communication, bonding, vulnerability, and compassion. I love that. So let's see what other influences here. Okay, so we have the sixth house, foundation, health, daily basis, and practical details. All right, so it may be a focus. I feel like you're being guided to really focus on the details and with others, as far as just that vulnerability and connection with them. So don't be afraid to share, to have more intimate moments as well. So it's about deepening that connection with loved ones. I I love that. And I feel like that's also going to have some sort of impact on your health and wellness as well. So we know that's what you can do to be successful, but it also is, I'm getting that feeling here that it's going to have a positive impact on your health as well. Okay, so let's move to our 4th house. And here I want to look at both the South Node, so the talents that you have developed, and then also home and family, the traditional 4th house meaning. So let's look at the South Node here. So what talents have you already developed here? What lessons do you know already? All right, so yeah, you're very aware of institutions and their impact on your environment and the things that you do on a daily basis. Also, I feel like there's a connection with learning and expanding and exploring in some sense. So this could be spirituality, or it could be some sort of not some sort of, but it could be from a religious perspective as well. So I see that you may be expanding in one or both of those areas. And so that is also from a lesson standpoint, from talents that you already have developed. I feel like it's like, yeah, you have a strong foundation there, but you may be open to exploring that. And when we get into the North Node, it evidently is that's going to help you with expanding and exploring. So I like that, and hopefully I'll remember it when we get to North Node, but I do at least want to say that it does look like you are open to expanding and exploring. And then in addition, let's look at home and family. Home and family for Aries. Okay, thank you. All right, so it's going to be really important to pick your battles. Pick your battles. Like, you don't have to address every single thing. Like, just consider how important it is to you, and only you will know that. So if it is important, then it is worth a constructive conversation where there's constructive feedback, communication that's reciprocal, and the relationship is still maintained throughout that process. So that's what I mean by having constructive conversations and communication. So we have our Chariot in reverse here. All right, so I feel like there may be so that's so interesting. So it's like, you know, your spirituality is there, but are you applying it as best you can? So I feel like there's going to be an opportunity to really incorporate that into your home life more. So maybe it's more about expanding and exploring with your children, spiritual beliefs, and or your partner with spiritual beliefs. So yeah, there's definitely the opportunity there, but exploring that is what is going to bring success. Okay, so even if it's just closer relationships and closer bonds that you're sharing. I like that. What else? What other influence do we have there? Okay, we have the moon with satisfying emotional needs and nurturing yourself and others. So yeah, so maybe there's a way that you can incorporate your spirituality into your nurturing of others. That's interesting. That's an interesting concept. Not that it's like, you know, super interesting, but it's just like thinking of it in those terms of like, hey, let me call on my spirituality and how that can help me to nurture relationships, to be a better partner, to be a better parent, to be a better, you know, child, or whatever perspective you're viewing this from. I like that. And then there also may be some information, secrets that may come out in the home, or just you uncovering things that you didn't really know before. So there's going to be some insights gained and some truth gained here this year. Okay, so just so you're aware and you're open to that and you understand that it is coming. So I think we're going to move to our 5th house. All right, so what do we have in the area of children? Okay. All right. So, okay. All right, so there is opportunity for growth and change and transformation. So again, so we talked about there's being some truths revealed and some secrets. Doesn't have to be secrets, but just some coming into some truths here and some realizations and maybe even secrets, but that will likely create major shift and transformation and change. And you can take this as like a moment and an opportunity for you to step back and regroup and reflect and decide how you want to be with your children, with your partner, who you want to be, and then how you want to proceed, essentially, because it will be different than what it's been before. And then what influences here? All right, so we have the 10th house with structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. All right, yeah, so I feel like there are some lessons that may need to be learned, and I'm not necessarily saying it's you. It may be like your children, so I'm kind of getting a little bit of a feeling of that. It may be with children or with a partner. So it's not necessarily you that is struggling here with the lessons, but it may be you that has to like take a step back and restructure things so that everyone else can learn the lessons that they need to. And I'm not saying you sit down and how can this person learn lessons? I'm not saying that. I'm saying more about like, okay, you know what? Just as an example, like I've been getting taken advantage here. Like you always ask for money and I always give it. And I'm speaking like in terms of the kids, like, you know, like you have so many things that you're trying to do and, you know, every other day you need this, you need that. And so let's like take it back a little bit. Let's prioritize because, you know, I'm budgeting now. And so I need to know in advance for things you want to do, and let's plan it out and let's prioritize and say like, okay, you want 3 things but you really only need 1 of them, but you know what, I can do 2 of them, so we're only going to do 2 of those things. So like, yeah, just, and you know, that helps with boundaries and with understanding money and how money works and that process with the child. So that might have been a bad example, but hopefully you understand like what I'm saying. So I'm not saying like, you know, say no or don't be generous. I'm just saying that, you know, you do have the opportunity, especially with your need to be a little more fiscally responsible, to change the structure and change how things go moving forward. Okay. All right, so let's get to, and I know we got to get some of these cards, but I do want to try to be mindful of your time here. All right, so we were on the 6th house, and so I also want to look at Chiron here, because the way I was taught is that Chiron does also rule this house. So let's see, what core wound are you working through? All right. So I feel like this is fear, doubt, anxiety, self-confidence, trust, and believing in yourself when it comes to new opportunities and new ventures, right? So I feel like I'm getting the indication that a little bit of stagnancy here, especially when it comes to you really believing in your dreams and believing that you can make them a reality and focusing on making them a reality. So there's every opportunity to address that and to start to move forward with your goals. And this is something, since we're talking about Chiron here, that it may take you your entire lifetime to learn this lesson. But, you know, there's no better time than now to start. And the tiniest step, like success, achieving your goals, has to start somewhere. So again, even if it's with the tiniest step that you can take toward that, is progress. So what other influence is going to be here? So we have mutable signs, surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. I love that. This is very, very much coming together. So we have it here. Change. Okay. Okay. So just take on that energy. Okay. So let's see. Let's move on to our 7th house. Marriage, commitment, family life, partnerships, close relationships. And we also have Juno here. This is, again, the way that I was taught. So we're going to take a look at that. So first, let's look at marriage, commitment, all of that. What do we have for Aries here? Okay, thank you. Ooh, I love that. Okay, what else? Thank you. Ooh, I love that. I love that. All right, so I definitely see the opportunity for marriage here. Absolutely. And with someone who has a lot of love for you, really strong feelings for you. And also there's this opportunity for you to be more emotionally intelligent, and we did talk about that early on, that it's about like getting control over your emotions, bringing in some of those more bringing in more of those divine feminine characteristics like compassion, empathy, understanding. Yeah, so it's about you being able to bring more of those qualities in. And then for some of you, I'm also seeing that this is your partner as well. So this person that you do have this opportunity to have an amazing relationship with is someone that does manage their emotions well. They are emotionally intelligent. Okay, and they are going to help you with being able to manage your emotions, even through like all of the ups and downs and all of the things that you will go through, the challenges, the obstacles. They can support you and assist you because they are so emotionally stable. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what other influences here? All right, the 3rd house with learning, childhood, relations, the rational mind, and communication. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So that communication is super important. It looks like it's going to be important, at least from the family perspective. We didn't get into the career yet, but it is going to be like top priority as it relates to your personal environment and your family and your partner and your children and the others that you love and that you're around. Your emotional state and you managing your emotions well is critical to your success if you want to experience much success this year. Okay, I like that. So what else? Let's get some of these. So what else can you do in your partnership, in your relationship? Express your feelings. I love that. We were talking so much about expressing your feelings and communication. And then also do not give in to feelings of shame. You are a perfect human being. You are having a human experience. And you are allowed to have moments where you're like, you know what? Yeah, I was really rude, or I didn't handle that well. You're allowed to have those moments. So just be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And communicate when you know that you were a little over the top. Communicate, express that. And let others know that you do recognize that and you did learn a lesson from that. And you will be different moving forward. And these are things that you are choosing to do. So I'm not saying like just give in to what others think. But no, when you feel this way, forgive yourself. Take the lesson that you need to take from the experience and move on. Okay, what else? We have happiness. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I love that. And that's also coming out in our marriage, commitment, family life. So I really love that. I love that for you, Aries. Okay, what else? Oh my goodness. Okay. We have happy family and happiness. So yeah, it's set in stone already. Okay. All right. So gonna move on to the 8th house with Pluto. So let's see. What do we have here? So I think I'm going to look at joint resources. communications, things like that. So not communications, but other people's money. What do we have here for that? Thank you. All right, yeah, so if you have business dealings, like you're an entrepreneur, or you're in a partnership with someone, or you're managing funds, investments for someone, you definitely have every opportunity to experience success in that area. And I'm going to say that it's really tied to you believing in your ideas and believing in the things that you want to explore and you want to experiment with and you want to take risks on. And I would say calculated risks, not just anything crazy that, you know, isn't thoroughly vetted or researched. But this is about believing in you and believing in your knowledge and wisdom and letting that work for you. Okay, in your partnerships, in your career even. Okay, so I'm also going to look at what's changing here. Okay. All right, so let me ask why strength is in reverse. Can you give me some clarity there? Oh, okay, I think I know. Excuse me, give me some clarity. Give me some clarity, please. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, thank you. So I feel like this is you, like coming from a place where you feel like you're not as strong, and transforming that and moving into the strong you, the authentic, like you being your authentic self and using all of your powers and all of your gifts to accomplish and achieve your goals and to be successful. And that may take you, like we talked about earlier before, about reflecting on things. So that may take you reflecting and implementing your self-care practices. I'm always promoting that, always. And I'm thinking specifically about meditation and allowing that to raise your vibration. We're going to put this up here. Yeah, so really getting into that and allowing your intuition to guide you, because your guides, source, your higher self is here. They're ready to guide you. They're trying to guide you, but you have free will. So it's about you connecting and allowing those messages to come through to you, and then actually taking the advice. Okay, so what type of influence is going to be here? All right, so we have destined to release with the South Node. Interesting. Yeah, so I feel like it's about releasing control and releasing. So you may even come to that place where you realize that your religion, your spirituality is different. It's evolving, and it's no longer what you thought it was previously. Yeah, so it is tying together. So you have that wisdom and you have that knowledge, but the purpose is to evolve. It is to grow. So what is in the past is in the past, and the opportunity to move forward and to, you know, release the parts of that that don't make sense, that don't align, is there. And you can replace that with more good, with more abundance, with more things, with more philosophies, with more belief systems that are positive, that are unconditionally loving, and that are aligned with who you are and where you're going. And essentially it's just being more of your authentic self. So I like that. I love it. All right, so let's move to ninth house. Yeah, ninth house with higher education, travel. What kind of traveling? What do we have here? Thank you. All right, so I feel like you are going to get your coins together to travel and to do the things that you do want to do. So yeah, we talked about that. We said like initially it's going to be a little tight, gonna have to budget a little bit, but you will be able to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. And that could also include, like, if you're saying like, okay, I want to, save a little bit of money, we want to go on trips this year, you're gonna have those funds if you take the advice and align with, your authentic self that wants you to budget and be more fiscally responsible, so that you have more in the end. But you will be in that space where you do have more, you have more than enough actually, and you're gonna actually help and be able to help and be of service to others without sacrificing the foundation that you built. Okay, so again, you're going to be able to take that trip that you want to take and have more fun. You will be able to do that. Again, it's just about like, you might have to just for a little bit to get yourself back together and back on track, shut down a couple little things here. Okay, so let's see, what other advice, what other influence do we have here? All right, we have Venus with give and receive love, find value and see beauty. So yes, give to what you find beneficial, to what you find valuable during this time. So don't, like, try not to let external influences dictate who you give to and what you give to and what's important to you and what you value. Okay, so yeah, this is also about like not letting others take advantage of you. But I feel like with this energy, you're not. You're going to see through all that and you're going to say, okay, you're going to get this and that's it. Once it gets to this point, yeah, this is unavailable. You know what I'm saying? So you got this. So what other advice do we have here? Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. I love that because we talked about taking a step back, reflecting, connecting with source, connecting with your intuition, your guides, and your higher self, and trusting the messages that you receive and taking that action based on the messages that you receive. What else? We have authenticity. Yeah, you are absolutely moving more towards your authentic self. And I feel like there may be trips, or there may be a trip where you really do connect, because this is given like very much on the beach, relaxing, meditating, enjoying yourself, connecting, or just hanging out with friends or your partner and just enjoying yourself and having a good time and not worrying about finances and work and all of those other things. It's about you like being in that space where you feel comfortable, you feel trust, and you feel unconditional love, and you're just happy. So we have embracing and embracing it. And again, I feel like this is by water for some reason. So I definitely see you chilling like at a pool or at the beach, just loving it and loving life. Okay. So I think I like these. Let's get a couple messages of advice. We have peace. Is stillness the answer will be revealed? Yes. Aligns so much because we just talked about like you being in this peaceful state where you're just connected and just enjoying and just content and happy. Oh, we have love, to the moon and back. I love that. So you're just feeling love and embracing love and happiness and contentment. So we have anime. Animane, I think. With optimism, look up and look brightly. That is a beautiful message. I love that because we definitely want to stay optimistic. We want to stay positive about everything. And even during the times where we do have to hold on to the purse strings a little tighter and budget a little more, staying optimistic, staying positive, staying as close to your authentic self and aligned with your authentic self as possible is what will help you through. So you have intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers that you seek. And we talked about you using more of your intuition as well. We have persevere. Leave no stone unturned. So yeah, I do feel like, again, where you have these ideas and these gifts and talents that you want to explore, it's about perseverance and taking that inspired action throughout the whole year to accomplish and achieve your goals. So we have the friendship bracelet. I am a good friend to myself and others. I love that. So it may even be friends that you go on this vacation with, and just like have that opportunity to just have a good time, have fun, and relax and enjoy yourself. So we have difficult times. Be on your guard against chaos, as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. So I feel like, yeah, this is something that may come up at times, but it's going to be so important for you to stay emotionally grounded and connected with source, your higher self, intuition, and also stay rooted and grounded, because I'm hearing like chakras need to be balanced as well. So you may want to work on and do meditations, chakra balancing meditations is what I'm hearing is recommended for you. Okay, so all right, so what else? So let's look at where you should direct your talents for North Node. So where should your talents be directed? Where should your talents be directed? Okay. All right. So I'm hearing like immediately on your spiritual gifts and talents. So if you do have those, well, we all have those gifts. We all can do the same thing, but it's just a matter of focusing in and growing those abilities. So what will you do? Does any of that interest you? Does this resonate? And if so, you have that opportunity, and that's where you should be focused. So if you have the desire, focus there in 2025 for success. Okay? Letting those old cycles end. And I feel like this is more about negative thought patterns and belief systems about maybe your gifts or just about anything in general, but specifically here, like anything or any feelings that make you feel like you can't do something, or you're not good enough, or you don't have all the knowledge or the wisdom or the information to do it. Like, you have every single thing that you need, and all you have to do is just get started. That's all you have to do. So just reconfirmation there that you have what you need. Just move forward and go toward your dreams. Okay, so let's move on to our 10th house with career and status. So what do we have for career for Aries? I'll take it. Okay, love. So yeah, so I definitely see you, if you do take this advice and if you do move into more of what feels good to you. I mean, it's love. It's you coming into union with yourself and what makes you happy. And again, living that authentic life and being authentically you. I like this. All right. And also, if you do have desires in the corporate world, this could be you landing your dream job. Okay, so this is like you coming into union, coming into happiness with your career. Okay, so whatever that means for you and however it applies. Okay, but I also see it could be like starting your own business as well, or just things starting to pick up in your business. Okay, so there could also be a legal victory as well, because things are going to be balanced out in your career. So I feel financial reward, prosperity, and just a balancing out again. Excuse me. When it comes to like if you do work in an environment that's toxic, or that, you know, there's a certain person or just things happening that, you know, just aren't fair, that does appear to be resolved in whatever way. And with you coming into alignment with your dream job, with whatever it is that your life purpose is, it could be you like choosing to leave. Okay. Or if it's like you just love this job so much, it could be, you know, your boss or the person that your colleague, excuse me, that's giving you the issues, leaving or going to a different department. Yeah. So I love that. All right, so let's see. What other advice here do we have for career, since we're at career? Brazen. So I would say to absolutely trust in yourself, believe in yourself, think outside the box, bring in your creativity, do things that are going to inspire you. Hang around people that are inspiring. Connect with soul family. Okay, so people that have like interests and are on a high vibration as well. Okay, and there may be some wonderful things that they can offer to you, even if it's just advice. But yeah, there's definitely support out there, and you're definitely being guided to just think outside the box, be brave, be bold, and challenge yourself and go for it. What else? Harmony. I love that. So we have happiness and harmony coming through, but you will experience that harmony in your career. We talked about that already, so that's that reconfirmation right here. Okay, so let's move on to our 11th house and look at friends and group associations, things like that. So what do we have there for Aries? Okay, thank you. All right, okay. So I feel like there may be a little bit of turmoil on the friendship front, but it is part of a cycle. It's part of lessons that you design for yourself to learn. And I do feel like that maybe some friendships ending, or you just deciding that, you know, we're just no longer aligned. We have different things in common. We want different things. I was gonna say something, somebody saying like, I never liked you anyway. But you know, that's not for everybody. But I'm just saying, like, I do see sort of this closing of a chapter, as far as like, okay, these friends or you as a friend are not providing me with any value. Like, you're not helpful, you're not supportive, and you're just not a good friend, and I no longer align with you and where you are. Okay, so this is about closing out chapters and opening yourself up to soul family that is on the level or higher than you, and being inspired by that to continue your growth and continue on your path. So what influence do we have here? So we have instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. Okay, with that cardinal energy. All right, yeah, so I feel like you, Aries, with your strong self and your opinionated self, you will know what is right for you, and just try to, you know, manage the emotions as you're having these communications and discussions and these challenges. And you may even just get to the point where you decide, like, it's not even worth it to have this argument with you. I'm just gonna move on, because again, like, you're not providing any value as a friend. Like, you're not there for me at all, so why are we even friends, essentially? You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's an example, but just, you know, take from that what resonates. But I do see you being stronger in that sense, and being like, you know what, I'm only gonna connect with and create soul ties that are loving, and connect with those that are gonna give me back that same unconditional loving energy. Okay, so Let's move on to our 12th house. Spirituality. Let's look at our spirituality for Aries. I felt like, okay, nope. Here we have, okay, thank you. Balance, yeah, coming into balance. So you're letting old cycles in. You're letting people, organizations, places, belief systems, habits, patterns that aren't aligned with this new you. You're letting all that go. And things are going to balance out. You're connecting more with your intuition, with your higher self, with source throughout this year. I love that. And that is where your success is coming from staying grounded, from staying connected, and from really heeding those messages from your guides. So you really have this opportunity to excel financially and how do I want to say, like your financials, your career, your family life, your family, loved ones, romance. Like you have a potential to really be successful there, but it is going to require nurturing. It is going to require you putting in that effort in those areas. Okay, so we talked about the budgeting. We talked about working on, constructive communication. We talked about letting go of people that aren't serving you and aren't good friends. So these are all steps that you can take to be successful in 2025. So I love that. So just to close us out, I'll just get a couple of these cards. So we have Crocus with Breathe, Calm, Rest, Stop, and Just Be. We spoke at length about how connecting, doing those self-care practices, being in those moments of reflection are going to be helpful to you. So we have Light. It is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. Absolutely, we talked about that. Play. Among the grass and wild violets lie undisturbed little secrets to uncover. Yeah, so there's definitely some things that are going to come out, and I feel like that's really strongly related to the family environment. And again, I called it secrets again, didn't I? Okay, for some of you it's secrets, for other of you it's like revelations, like, this just hasn't been working, we're gonna change this and we're gonna do something different, and just really like getting down to the nitty-gritty of like, what is it that I need? What is it that you need for us to be successful in this family unit? So we have I am generous and loving. I like that. So we have reinvent yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease of life. And we talked about that and the things and the time that you will have to really relax and rejuvenate yourself. And that could contribute to you coming back feeling refreshed, feeling renewed, and with this new attitude. So we have Fortune and Tarot. Collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. So absolutely. So some of you may be interested in palmistry, so it may be a good idea to explore that, or you may just want to go and get a palm reading as well. So I hear for some of you that you may have thought about that before, but here's your confirmation, if you have, that it may be a good idea to explore it. We have a Light. Look to the space between the trees for answers, and you have light twice here, so you are definitely being guided to the light and to share your light and to let your light shine. Okay, and then we have I enjoy the serendipity of life. The unexpected can be wonderful. So yeah, absolutely. When things are happening, choosing a positive attitude, no matter what, is going to get you very, very, very far. All right, Aries, so those are the messages that I have for you. Please subscribe, like, and share this video, and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates. So happy 2025, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll talk soon.